We are the champion. 네.
The views and opinions of this program are those of the persons appearing on the program and do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of the Kingdom podcast. The show might include strong images and language that may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
After 3 long years,
Welcome back, Commander.
here we are again.
Say what?
Again with the angst, the controversy, and wit that can withstand anything or anyone it's up against. Here to give you the scoop about K-pop and other crap you can think of, the prima donna of K-pop radio is back. Better, stronger, and well, he's still the rowdy asshole everyone expects him to be. Thy kingdom come! Welcome the evil stepchild of SLR the podcast, the Kingdom Podcast. And here he is, the man of the hour, the best among the rest, and your resident K-pop critic, the voice, DJ Yuuki.
Hey guys, welcome back to the podcast. It is a Sunday morning here in the Philippines. We're recording this on the 19th of July, 2020. My name is Yuuki. Welcome to the Kingdom Podcast, only here on Anchor and Spotify. Again, this is an off-air episode, so it's going to be shorter than usual. Once this gets released, it's probably going to be more horrible than today. It's been a tiring week actually, and I love what we're gonna talk about like for this podcast episode. But before that, I want to introduce my co-host for today. You might know her as, what do we call you? They would probably know your name, right? Like,
Who knows?
oh, sorry, no, not you, Abby. I'll intro you later. But yeah, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna. I'm not gonna cut this. I'm not gonna cut this off, so you don't have to worry. That's funny. So, yeah, we have a guest for today, but I want to introduce my co-host, which is the love of my life. Lies? How dare you?
They call me Ate Sana All.
Yeah, they call her Ate Sana All, which means what?
Wishing that everyone is like that.
Yeah,
or
right.
like
Ate Sana All, right. I don't even know why they call her that.
Because of the Mamamoo album.
Oh, right. Yeah, because like we have like a ton of Mamamoo albums here, like in our house. So whatever. Anyway, so this is Ally, my girlfriend.
What's up?
So, she'll be joining me because, you know, she's a huge AOA stan. No, I'm kidding. She's a Mamamoo fan, so she's a Moomoo, just like me. But today's extra special because we have someone straight from the depths of United States of America. Yeah, we just like plucked her out from from Twitter. Hey, like anyone want to join like the podcast, talk about this shit? And yeah, she was kind enough to with with a group.
Bless her with her presence.
Yes, bless her with her bless us with her presence, right? And she and like a group of people on Twitter, which I'm gonna thank later on the show. You know, like we had this group chat on Twitter talking about our personal lives. No, I'm kidding.
And may I just add that Yuki didn't know that there is a group chat in Twitter? So.
Yeah, I didn't know. Like, what shit? I can group DM on Twitter? That's amazing. I didn't know that shit. But anyway, again, let me introduce you to her. Awesome girl. Should follow her on Twitter. Her Twitter handle is whataradradish. Let me spell that out for you. It's WHATARADRADISH. So, obviously she's an AOA stan as well. And you can welcome friggin' A all the way from the US of A. This is Abby. How are you doing, love?
Abby.
Feisty Abby. How are you doing, love? I think the stream is a bit delayed. Abby, are you there?
Oh yeah, I'm here.
Awesome. Yeah. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you guys so much for having me on the podcast.
Awesome. Is that a true reaction? Are you really doing great after this week?
Oh my. Okay, listen. We talked about this before.
Yeah.
I'm just tired. I mean,
Right?
this is my first podcast ever, but it's just I'm just so tired.
And like we wanna give like, a good impression, like a good first impression, but like the topic we're gonna talk about is so depressing, it's nuts.
Very. It's depressing, but it needs to be talked about.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. And I don't think a lot of people point this out, like on a normal, on an everyday thing. But yeah, for the people who normally tune into the podcast, you might know that I'm a big Mamamoo fan. I love Mamamoo, right? We all love Mamamoo.
Mhm.
Who doesn't love Mamamoo? Wait, let's get to that later.
I don't. Oh please, we will.
Right. Yeah, let's get to that later. But yeah, for everyone who listens to the podcast like on a regular basis, you guys know I'm a huge Mamamoo fan. I even have like Mamamoo's song in my intro, and and like they're just a really cool talent or idol group to stan. I mean, I always have that mantra on the podcast when I'll tell everyone like stan talent. Like you can stand the visuals, you can stand the visuals, no problem. You're entitled to your own opinion. But if you're looking for talent in the K-pop like industry, don't look like further. Mamamoo's here,
really.
right? Probably
Exactly.
like we're just gonna nerd over Mamamoo for a little bit. Probably Mamamoo is the best like K-pop like performing group in K-pop, right?
Yeah, I would say as far as performance goes, I've watched a lot of their stage performances. I would say that they are the most they have the best stage presence that I've ever seen out of a group, because they generally look like they're having fun.
Exactly.
No, it's just they put it all out there, and I think that a lot of people don't really like to look at that. They just tend to nitpick. No.
Yep, that's true. And wait, one second. Where are my manners? By the way, again, guys, this is Abby, What a Rad Radish on Twitter. Let's get to know her a little bit first before we get to Mamamoo.
Oh no.
Abby,
Yes.
how long have you been a K-pop fan? How did it start for you?
So it started for me about a year ago, I would say. A friend of mine, we're in college together, and she's just like, "Well, why don't you like K-pop?" And I said, "Well, I don't want to be like one of those stans that people are always annoyed by on Twitter."
Yeah.
And she goes, "No, don't worry. There's this group called Mamamoo, and we're all like pretty chill." So I'm like, "All right, yeah, I'll listen to some of their stuff." So she started me out with their older songs, and then we listened to like Hip or Go Go Bebe,
Yep.
and it was like I loved their music. It was usually I'm not a pop fan, but it was like it had so many other styles that I was thinking, well, wait a minute, do any other K-pop groups actually do this? And then I realized that they don't. And then there's something very special about this group, and obviously I had no choice but to stand.
I love the fact that it left you no choice, like gun to your head. You gotta stand this group. Yeah, I will. Sorry. One
They
second.
deserve all of
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, let me buy their merch,
Yes.
But yeah, it's been a year for you. How's been your first year in K-pop?
Well, the first year of K-pop has been, I shouldn't say tiring, but it definitely has made me do a lot of research. For instance, like I had to research all about Mamamoo's past and the problems that they've had, especially with their company. And I've tried to research companies, like research like what they're about and why Mamamoo is probably, well, I shouldn't say they're underrated right now because they've received a lot of attention because
Yeah,
of
they're
Wasa.
way past that, yeah.
They're way past that. But they were underrated for such a long time because they were from a lower staged company. That's how you word that.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
I would word it a bit differently. I would say like a Nugu company. Like we
Yeah,
don't
that's
know
fine.
who RBW, like what RBW was, you know? I mean, RBW,
Exactly,
hey, it's an acronym for what? Rainbow? Right? I mean, we wouldn't know. Like, who knows? Like, in the year that you're in K-pop, right? And you standing Mamamoo for a year now. You listen to K-pop for a year now. Do you know what RBW means?
No.
Right, Ally?
I know.
You do? Yeah, you're such a nerd. Yeah, you would know. Like, what does it mean?
Rainbow Bridge World.
Rainbow Bridge World.
That's the original name of the company.
Oh shit! Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. That.
Asap, bish.
Yeah. That sounds horrible. Okay.
We need a rebranding, like right now.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad they were rebranded. Yeah, it does say Rainbow Bridge World. Wow. My girlfriend is such a nerd for Mamamoo. It's nuts. Like, you have no idea.
No.
I'm a walking like
Yeah, encyclopedia for
table of
Mamamoo.
contents.
Friggin' A, like you should know, like on a normal day, she would play Mamamoo songs, right? And like whenever I play with other people, like because I game on the PC, and then I talk to them here on Discord, like they're gonna hear like random Mamamoo songs, and it's not even like she
Title
has like,
tracks.
yeah, it's not the title tracks, which is good. Like I don't mind. It's like she has like a playlist for every day. It's all Mamamoo, but different songs, and she plays that playlist like on repeat every day. It's like it's not even like 20 songs. It's like 5 to 8 songs, and she plays those 5 to 8 songs per day. It's
What?
not.
That's not true.
It's like it changes on like a daily basis.
Ah.
But like for that day,
Oh.
imagine listening to Piano Man, Mr. Ambiguous, freaking Go Go Bebe.
I mostly
You know?
play my favorites.
Yeah, she just plays her favorites, and like I love Mamamoo. I think they're the probably one of the best, if not the best, K-pop groups like around right now. But like it takes its toll when there's like 8 songs playing on repeat. She's such a nerd. Like when it comes to Mamamoo, it's
just the
nuts.
same 8 ones.
And like for her birthday, I bought her like the whole discography. And
Oh.
yeah,
Not the whole.
not the whole
Hey, don't-
discography. Yeah, right. Because
yes,
like
please don't take.
wait, 1 second. It's like 80% of it. I mean, 85. You're
Yeah.
missing Maria, which you already pre-ordered.
I'm missing 3.
Yeah, missing 3, right? Yeah, the hello and something else. Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so yeah, we're basically nuts for Mamamoo, and you're telling me that like for the first year it's tiring for you.
It is, right, because of all the research.
Oh, it's because of the research. Okay, well, yeah.
Well, I mean, I would say that there's 2 sides to it. There is the researching side, because that's me going through Twitter, learning about different threads, especially when it comes to like topics that are going on in Mamamoo. And then there's the more relaxing side where you make friends, you are like promoting the music on your own Twitter or whatever social media you have. Then it's like, because you get to enjoy the stan community that you're in. And that's why I love Moomoos or the Little Radish Farm so much, is because 95% of them are not problematic, which is astounding to me. I mean, I never thought a K-pop group could be that unproblematic,
Right.
but there you go.
And the 5% are antis that are just
Yes.
undercover.
Yeah, and there's a 1% that just want to rip like other people to shred, and that's where I'm located right now. I'm not part of the 95 or the
You're in
4.
that one, and then the 5%.
No, I think there's a 95, a 4, and then the 1. The 4% are the problematic people. The 1%, we just want to defend Mamamoo and rip each like other to shred. I don't know, but yeah,
Right.
I'm part of that
Always
1%.
exists. They always exist in every K-pop group.
Exactly.
Just the people that, if you don't like Mamamoo or you aren't Mamamoo, we're gonna kill you, basically.
Exactly. That's me. That's basically me. That's me
Oh my
every day.
God.
Anyway, so if you guys, if you're listening to this episode, if you guys still don't know what we're gonna talk about, we're gonna talk about basically the trending hashtag for Mamamoo, which is hashtag respect Mamamoo. Like, in hindsight, if you're an outsider and you see hashtag respect Mamamoo, like you're a K-pop fan, Mamamoo, but you guys like, because you're not a fan of Mamamoo, like you look from the outside, what What do you feel like, Abby? What do you feel like outsiders feel when they see a hashtag like that?
So at probably first glance, they would probably see it as a interesting hashtag, especially if it's under the K-pop topic.
Sure.
So if they were to click on it, most of the threads, I would say there is at least 2 or 3. They're very informative. They explain like from the almost the beginning of all of the hate and all of the antis that have gone after them for how many years that Mamamoo has been a group. They go over different encounters, like even the girls themselves will talk about how hate comments will sometimes get to them, and it should be, and I'm really glad that those are one of the topics that were given, because the antis and the hate comments actually do affect these girls. And I think that, and also in the thread, they explain that Mamamoo is not your typical girl group. They are branching away from the standards of said girl groups. But then, they explains like, Mamamoo does get hate for this because they're not the standard pop group. So, if anything, if the people that see the hashtag, they don't want to stand Mamamoo, but in fact they do want to respect Mamamoo, they would share the hashtag and inform even more people.
Exactly. I mean, I couldn't agree with you more. It's such... I feel like this hashtag shouldn't have materialized. Shouldn't have. I feel like, why do we need this kind of hashtag in the first place, right? I mean,
right.
Fuck you people. I mean, I could understand, like, normal banter. Well, this is not only, like, I'm not looking at any specific fandom or group, right? I don't want to do that. I'm talking to the general K-pop community. You guys, like, the K-pop is supposed to be more or less like an escape for, like, fans.
Exactly.
It's supposed to be a happy place, where you can watch videos and freaking A, I'm losing my voice. What the hell? Watch videos.
Appreciate the music.
Appreciate music and, be just happy. But it's been so toxic. Like, 2020 has been so toxic, literally. And
Exactly.
here we are adding to the toxicity. It's nuts. I mean, in the first place, like what I told you earlier, the hashtag shouldn't have materialized. Why did it materialize? Because of idiots. I mean, I can't phrase it better, or I can't dub it better than that. I mean, these are idiots. I mean, I'd like to ask you, Abby, since you're the one. I was actually telling Ally, my girlfriend. So, guys, it's Ally, my girlfriend, Abby, the guest. So, if you guys are still confused. So I was telling Ally earlier, like, you need to familiarize yourself with the hashtag. And she was like, that's pretty familiar to me, and probably I beat you on that aspect on the pod. And I was like, fair enough, yeah, I don't know much. That's why I had the cheat code of Abby being here and Ally, of course, helping out. I want to ask Abby, since you're the guest, you're probably very informed when it comes to the hashtag. Do you have any idea how like what triggered the hashtag? What happened?
Well, so okay, it actually is quite strange, because I guarantee you, I did a lot of just scrolling and looking through retweets, shares, just trying to figure out what triggered it. But I believe, now this is my little conspiracy theory, but I believe that ever since Maria came out, that because of, and I think I explained this. I did explain this before to you, Yuki.
Mm-hmm.
And Blackpink came out with their "How You Like That."
That's
There was
Uh-huh.
there was some controversy with it because of something happening in the video. But then Asa came out with Maria, and it was her new mini album, her first
Sure.
one ever.
Right.
And there was a lot of hate going towards her because she dared to release her album during the same month that Blackpink came out with their single.
Sure.
I saw that.
And I think that is what triggered it. Because it's just, if anyone, Hwasa has gotten a lot of hate. Mainly, the most person to get hate from Mamamoo is Hwasa.
Yeah, that's correct.
Most of her hate stems from being in Mamamoo. And I think that just to group it together, hashtag respect Mamamoo was then created. That's just my theory on it, because it's too incidental, if that makes sense.
Correct.
Because all of this
Right.
pop stuff is happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what I think.
How say you, Ally? Like, do you have any idea on, like, you agree with her, right?
Yes, I do agree with her, but it actually goes way beyond before the Maria release and the Blackpink issue.
Yeah, there's already hate.
Really?
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm almost in Twitter every day
That's
to
her new
kill-
thing.
to
Yeah.
kill time. But from what I have observed, at least this is just my opinion. It is true that the Respect Mamamoo hashtag was created during the time for Wasa's promotion due to the backlash and hate that she is and the girls are getting. However, it also started months before, when every Moomoo was clearing out Twitter searches, because everyone's trying to clear out the issue or the issues they were in before with the BF and then with the racist comments. So that is actually where it all began. months ago.
I feel like the hate on Mamamoo has been going on for years now.
Well, it never.
Oh, it's always been there.
Yeah.
yeah, right? I've been a fan of Mamamoo since
I think 2016,
2016. You're the best?
Yeah.
2016, probably.
2015, 2016.
Yeah, around that time. So around 4 to 5 years, I've been a fan of Mamamoo. I wasn't as updated on Mamamoo as I am now because I started doing the podcast again. So, I need to do my job by being updated in the K-pop community, which I hate. But when it comes to Mamamoo, like, I've been a fan. I love them ever since because I saw You're the Best, which I think is still their best song of all time. I feel like You're the Best still encapsulates what Mamamoo is. So that didn't change for me one bit. So ever since then, standing talent, saw how talented they are. And as a musician myself, I would say that, Mamamoo is and probably will be for a long time the best performing K-pop group in Korea right now.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
Yeah, right, exactly. So, it's been a while since I've been updated in any sort of aspect when it comes to the K-pop community, especially with Mamamoo. But because my girlfriend, when we started dating a year ago, like I found out that she is a Mamamoo fan as well. So, around that time, it started being like just the casual songs to like the full-on albums, and then we started watching the videos, and then that's it. It's all history from there. Then I saw like the hate. I saw how they dismantle the very core of Mamamoo with how they comment on their videos, how they comment on Twitter, even on Facebook, anywhere, freaking Quora, Google, fucking name it. Hate is there.
Yeah, it's just everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. And does that affect me in any sort of way? Absolutely. I stand this group. I may not be as updated as probably Abby here or Ally for that matter. But freaking A, I love them. I know how they act. I know, like, I don't know them on a personal note, like most of the fans, but you see them on variety shows, and that's basically how us fans get to know them. Truth be told, we don't really know them, but we know them from shows, how they react, and I love them. I know for a fact that they're my bias group right now. It changes because I changed from being like a total simp for K-pop to like just a casual fan who likes to talk about the product. But if I were to have like a bias group, probably it's gonna be Mamamoo. Not probably. That's pretty definite that Mamamoo is my bias group right now, and it hurts me as a fan to see them, and especially now that there's been like talks and reports that it's actually getting
To the girls.
to the girls,
Yeah.
right? I
Yeah.
mean, suicide, death by suicide is such a big thing in Korea. It's nuts. Don't quote me on this. I don't know. Do they have like the biggest rate when it comes to suicide, or is it still
I think
Japan?
it's still Japan.
Right?
They're in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If only I
really,
can.
you shouldn't want to be number one when it comes to that.
Yeah,
but,
you don't want to be number one when it comes to stats like that. And if only I can get my girlfriend to speak to the mic whenever she speaks.
Yes.
Thank you. There you go. Looking at her. This is a usual thing on the podcast. Like when Ally guests on the podcast, she talks like 5 meters away from the
I
from
tend
the
to
mic.
forget. I'm sorry. I
Yeah.
thought this was like a karaoke mic.
Yeah, that's not gonna work out. It's a condenser, not a dynamic. Anyway, so going back, it's horrible, and that's why we made this episode. That's why we're gonna talk about this more in depth than probably most people have, because you see a ton of videos on YouTube, you see reactions online when it comes to the hashtag, but I feel like an hour and a half episode of like a podcast would be a more in-depth explanation on what's actually happening even behind the scenes when it comes to the fans. You'll get to know what us as fans think, how it's affecting Mamamoo in a sort of personal way. So we're going to talk about more of this for you guys. So again, this is the 9th episode of the Kingdom Podcast, or no, not really. It's the 10th, actually. The 10th episode of the Kingdom Podcast. We'll be right back after this commercial break, so don't go away.
Hey everyone, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there. Hey podcasters. Podcasting in the Philippines is at an all-time high. You should check out a lot of podcasts around the market. That being said, for us to continue to put out content, I hope you can support us for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. Go to anchor.fm/kingdompodcast/support. We want to get as much episodes out there as possible, and a small amount would totally be helpful to keep the show going. It'd mean a lot to us to get your support, and hopefully, the Kingdom Podcast will be on your list as one of the best podcasts to listen to. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Hey, this is Jacques, aka Arcady Blog, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuki.
Welcome back from the break. You're still with me, Yuki, Ally, and our special guest, Abby. We're going to talk about #respect Mamamoo. But before we go further on the topic, I'd like to ask for you guys to support the podcast. you can go to anchor.fm/kingdompodcast/support. You can donate as low as 99 cents on the website to help us keep the show going. So, if you have spare change on your card, yeah, right? So, support the show. It helps us a lot. Anywho's. So again, this is Yuuki, Ally, and our special guest Abby, plucked from Twitterlandia, to talk about #respect Mamamoo. Abby, you're good?
Yep, I'm good.
Awesome. Alrighty. So let's talk about the most depressing part of the show, where we're gonna go, further on the topic. We introed the topic pretty long, actually, but yeah, we're gonna go in depth on the topic now. I want to ask you guys, since you guys are, stalking Mamamoo, I don't know, stalking the hashtag.
Yes.
I want to ask you guys, what did they say? I'm interested to know.
So
What do people say? Yeah. What do people say when it comes like the fans, or rather, the antis or whatnot?
So I would say, okay, during the #respect Mamamoo came out, it was mostly just Moomoos coming together and like just sharing screenshots, calling people out, telling people to report these antis, because it was like this full-on like different version of #MeToo. You know what I mean? It's like all these people were just coming forward saying, listen, all of these people, we need to report them because they do nothing but hate on Mamamoo just specifically. And so along with that, Moomoos were extremely grateful that this trend came out, because
Right.
it was not only was it relieving, but it was so exciting, because finally Mamamoo is getting the attention towards, being the punching bag of the K-pop community.
Right.
Finally acknowledging it. And Moomoos were saying thank you, because it's not that we don't want to defend Mamamoo, but it is mentally draining. You constantly have to defend or try to rebuttal, argue with antis who literally could care less. Just send fan cams all the time, which is just so aggravating,
It is.
Why do I feel like I'm a horrible person? Because I don't find that tiring. I find like rebutting or fighting other fans for the sake of it. I find it fun.
Come on. You're an anti yourself.
Yeah, exactly. I'm kidding.
No, the thing is, I think what makes it like satisfying is the fact that you could like provide them proofs that what they're saying is wrong, and at the same time like hating on those people as well.
Well,
because
because I hate on the people, not the idols. I just want to I want to make a case in point. I don't dislike Blackpink. I actually like how you like that. Ally doesn't. I like how you like that. I can't say I'm a Blink, but I've been following them since debut. So I guess you can consider me a fan. But when it comes to this hashtag, this movement, I guess, in lack of proper term, I'm gonna start hating on people. Not the idols. Don't get me wrong. I love the idols. The fans. We gotta call you out, and I feel like this hashtag paved the way when it comes to the K-pop community being aware of what's happening inside the fandom, because this is probably just within the fandom before. We all know the hate that Mamamoo, gets on a regular basis from other
but it
fans.
didn't like blow up like this.
Yeah, it didn't blow up like this before the hashtag, right? I mean, it's on YouTube. The hashtag is on YouTube. The hashtag is on Twitter, on Facebook, everywhere. And I feel like this episode, this is what I love about the episode, and this is what I love about fans guesting on the show. You can make content out of it without being careful. because I don't want to I'm not throwing shade on the episode with Mamamoo Philippines because we had them like a few weeks ago. I love Mamamoo Philippines. They're some of their admins are really good, and let me put that case in point and I love their episode. I love their guesting. Ellie, Nico, and Julia were really cool people. But this is the difference between having a fan club guest on the show and having a fan guest on the show. Is that if it's a fan club, they gotta be careful.
Yeah.
They gotta be careful about what they say. They don't want to talk about anything regarding hate. There's already the hate on Mamamoo has been like really present for years now. Yet we didn't talk about that. Why? Because of course, out of respect for the fan club, I don't want them to get flack. It's not that I want Abby to get flack, but she signed up for this.
I did.
Yeah.
I signed away my soul.
Exactly. So, she signed the waiver. I'm going to get hate after this episode. Done. Cool. So, yeah.
To be honest, like me, for myself, me speaking up in behalf of those fans who really aren't able to voice out their opinions, like those watchers, if I may say, like those who only watch what's happening and try like less to interact just so that they won't be like put in the spotlight for the hate. I think like saying this in the podcast, as we have been doing for different groups as well, if I may say. It's not solely Mamamoo. The last time we talked about AOA, if I'm not mistaken, in the bullying scandal. But being able to talk in the podcast regarding the hate or the issues in the K-pop community, really, I think it helps me a lot as a person, to be honest.
Yeah, because for you, for me, for Abby here, we have this medium where we can express, you know how this is what I feel about just everything like in life. It's easier and better to speak out your opinion, hearing your voice, hearing the frustration, instead of doing it on a keyboard.
Yeah.
It's very different. I feel like most of the people that are in the community don't have this sort of platform. Not all fans do a podcast, or not all fans do the YouTube thing. They're just behind the keyboard and whatnot, and
they're doing a great job.
Yeah, they're doing a great job, but they don't have this kind of medium, this platform. And I feel like you, Ali, Abby, and myself, we need to have that kind of sense of responsibility when it comes to talking about what's actually happening, because we have that advantage of people hearing us, what we feel, what we're expressing, instead of pressing all caps lock on the keyboard and just feeling like fucking fuck, yeah, like we're shouting behind the keyboard yet they don't hear it. So I feel like the podcast is really cool. Everyone should do it. Actually, I was actually telling Abby, if she's not busy, guest on the podcast. You have that cool voice.
His faces.
Yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I don't know.
She's tired.
Yeah, she's tired. Yeah, but going back, I don't find it tiring. Probably because I'm one of the antis. No, I'm not an anti. I just like defending them and ripping them to shreds. I mean,
I think it's just your stress relief.
Yeah, that's my stress relief. I love banter.
But for people like Abby who really like spends her time trying to educate other people regarding the hate Mamamoo is receiving, how Wasa is receiving,
and doesn't want to damage other people, right?
Yeah, like you're being careful, but at the same time you're educating people. That's very hard. Like you don't want to bring someone down. Like this, to be honest, is a problem with most people. Like if they want to educate someone, they think there isn't a way for them to do it without degrading someone.
Right. And
That's true.
And I blame the youth. Abby, I hope you don't mind me asking, how old are you?
Oh, I'm 19.
19. Yeah, you're around the same age as Ally. I mean, she's older by couple of years, but well, yeah. I mean, but
Wow.
the youngerlings of the K-pop community, the 15s and the 14s and the 12s and the 8s, you know, those are
I
the.
roll my eyes.
Oh my god, kids are stupid. Sorry,
No, you're fine.
Right?
I just,
not you, but just the young ones, like the young generation.
Or
You guys
at
are-
least, if there are young ones, but those people who doesn't want to accept a fact.
yeah,
Like you give them evidence,
Mhm.
you give them information, you give them proof, but they would just
fake,
like,
right?
yeah, like no, that's fake.
And
What? Like why do you even try?
it's fake news.
yeah,
CNN
or
is fake news.
Yeah, right. Or you just made that up.
Yeah.
You just did it yourself.
You made that up. This is fake news. Sorry, I don't sound like him, but yeah.
Like the Abby, do you know the this rumor that antis are talking about, like them saying that Wasa said before in a video that she's the black mama. I'm not sure if you
Yeah, that's not true.
Yes, that is not true, but everyone is saying that it is. However, they still can't accept the fact that in Korea, or at least in South Korea, they don't have a direct translation as to what a person with a darker skin tone is, except for saying they're
Black?
black in
That's
color.
not that's not offensive in any way.
Yes, that's the thing, but they find it offensive.
I mean,
Them claiming that Wasa is claiming that she's black when in fact she isn't. She isn't. She is talking about her skin color. It's not like here. To be honest, Abby, here in the Philippines, we do have a direct translation as to what a brown person would be, or a darker
Right.
color person would be, which is kayomangi or negro, right?
yeah.
Which is not degrading to us. We're trying to explain what the color is.
It's a race. It's a well, not a race, but basically like
Yeah, and that's the thing I can't just grasp. What are they thinking? Like, what type
Is
of
it-
mind? What kind of mind do you have? Do you have
Is
like
it
a
though?
seed?
Is it though? Because I can't speak for the American public. Of course, I'm not American. But I want to ask Abby, since she is. Like, is it, even if she did, right?
Right.
Would it be offensive to like our African American peeps out there if she says
Well,
something like that?
So, okay, it's kind of now as a Caucasian person, I can't exactly speak for the
Sure, of
black
course,
community,
of course.
What I can say is that I can understand where they're coming from, and I can just learn to educate and then defend on whatever a person say, if it is true. So,
But it's not.
because I heard that, right? Well, Plaza has stated in the past that some of her biggest idols are Beyonce.
Right.
Now, I like to say that now because she is a darker toned Asian or Korean woman, if I could say that.
Mhm.
She finds herself to be more attuned to darker skinned people.
Right.
So that's why I feel like it got lost in translation, and that's why I mentioned Beyonce, because that's probably where her little teases or her little nicknames come from.
Yeah,
So
just
for
like
antis to come after her and say that, because this is a form of nitpicking. They don't
yeah,
bother to
Right.
research. They don't bother to look into things. They just see something and run with it.
yeah, just like Yuri. What was Yuri called? SNSD.
Oh,
Black Pearl. She was called
yeah,
a Black
right.
Pearl.
Black Pearl.
And they didn't have any problem with it.
Yeah, because here's what I think.
Black Pearl's an actual thing.
Yeah. Here's what I think. I feel like other people are very threatened when it comes to Mamamoo. I feel, because why don't we see this with groups like AOA?
Mm.
Why don't we see this kind of hate with groups like probably G-Friend or
Twice.
Twice,
Chewy is on the darker
Red
side.
Velvet, no, not the what
Skin color.
like
Oh,
skin
like
color,
the hate
but
that-
just the hate in general. Why do we don't see that? It's because they are not threatened by them.
Right.
It's not because they're not talented. I'm not saying that. I love G-Friend, I love Red Velvet, I love Twice. But if you know me, even on a personal note, you would know that I'm very critical when it comes to the product of K-pop. I feel like I'm one of the biggest critics in K-pop. Because regardless if I love you or not, I'm gonna call you out when I think that the music is not good. I want to make a point that I don't think Maria is really good, because I tend to compare it with Twit, and because Twit is like super super cool, I just felt like Maria, like leveled down a little bit. But that's not me hating on Wasa or Mamamoo, because everyone knows I love them. But we all have our opinions and preferences, and I respect you guys. I respect the antis for having your own opinion, but first of all, fuck you. I feel like they're scared. To be honest, I feel like they're scared. They're threatened because Mamamoo is the best, I mean, I can't stress that enough. I've been following K-pop for 11 years. I have not seen, and my bias group right now is Mamamoo, but my bias of all time would probably still be Girls' Generation. But I never felt like Girls' Generation is like super awesome when it comes to live performances, superior when it comes to performances. I feel like they should be the standard when it comes to girl groups, but because the girl group, what's the word I'm looking for? Because the girl group standard has changed over time, I can't say now that Girls' Generation still is the standard, but they basically paved the way for every other girl group that's still active right now. When it comes to the US, probably Girls' Generation still has that pull when it comes to the fandom in the US. Correct me if I'm wrong, Abby, but Girls' Generation still is a relevant thing in the US, right?
Yeah, I would say it is pretty relevant, and you are correct that Girls' Generation definitely set a standard.
Exactly.
But as K-pop keeps coming along, new groups coming out, new debuts, new music, slowly, and this is actually honestly up to the stands, whether or not they are willing to allow standards to change. Because, I mean, really, stands control a lot of the K-pop industry. That's my take on it.
Definitely.
You guys, I know you guys are scared, and I'm talking to the people that throw hate on Mamamoo. I know you guys are scared. We all know that.
They're great.
We're just not acknowledging the fact that you're scared. Is it because that we feel threatened by you or your idol group, whoever that idol group is? Because I don't want to, like what I said, I don't want to point on other people. No, we're not. We're not really threatened because we're having fun in our fandom. I don't know about you guys. But we're gonna acknowledge it now. We know you're scared.
Yes.
Because Mamamoo is so much, like, they're on a different level. Your idol groups are not even on the level below them.
I wanna brag, Mamamoo is the only girl group to win Immortal Songs. And Immortal Songs is a very big thing in Korea, and they've won thrice.
I mean,
there are only 5 groups who won the entire Immortal Songs, and
usually it's the solo artists that win, right? Right.
And 3 out of the 5 is Mamamoo.
So,
and that's such a big accomplishment.
That's not, yeah, right. That's not even. Yeah, you can list their accomplishments. That's not even touching what the biggest accomplishment of Mamamoo is. I don't even know what their biggest accomplishment is. I know the fact that they've accomplished a lot of shit, and you guys are threatened. I understand, because your idol groups are, not there, not
once
there.
a year.
Hey, hey, that wasn't me.
what happened over on Twitter? There was when Maria was, because I have a great example of this.
Mm-hmm.
When Maria was the first song, Maria, it was released onto YouTube. Instantly, it was gaining all of this track. It was trending on YouTube. It was trending on Twitter.
Right.
It was trending on Melon. All of these things, and so the charts were skyrocketing for Maria. But see, I'm just going to call them Blancs. I'm not going to call out Blinks, but
Right.
Blancs were saying, "Wait a minute, guys! Wait, we want Blackpink to win. We want them to get a KO for all the awards. Can you guys just stop streaming Maria, please? Like, are you serious?" They come after us when they realize that Maria is actually good.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you don't think it's good, but it's
Yeah.
but because of gaining so much popularity, it's like they're scared because they realize that, oh no,
There's a big possibility that they would not get that all kill.
Yeah, that all kill. And I'm just like, you guys gotta be kidding me. You come after us because you're like, oh no, Hwasa can't release her album right now. How dare she? Then when it gets super, super popular, they're like, oh no, what are we gonna do? And the hypocrisy. And then they're trying to be all like, oh, guys, I know we insulted you Moomoos in the past, but can you guys just stop streaming for a little bit so Blackpink can get this award, please?
Shit, 1 second. That happened?
Yeah.
That's happened.
That's fucked up.
Someone even had the audacity to call out Wasa for releasing her album during Blackpink's promotion at the same time.
That is awesome. A fan or a group of fans telling, the Blancs telling us that, hey, stop streaming so that Blackpink can win for once. No shit.
It was so pathetic because these people were actually begging. It was pathetic. And listen, if you want Blackpink to win, then stream their song. Don't come to little Moomoos and say, guys, I know we've had our beef in the past, but we really want Blackpink to get this. So can you just stop streaming, please? Okay, thanks.
That is great. That is awesome. Guys, do you have any idea how awesome that looks? And I'm saying this in a very sarcastic way if you guys don't know. Shit! No fucking way!
And this is not, we're talking about blogs. I would just like to make that clear.
Oh, yeah. Just to clarify, it's, Blancs are unfortunately, I would say that Blancs are 25% of the fan base.
Yeah,
the
that's
other percent
fucked up.
I'm
part of the 75. Yes! Let's go, Blackpink! I want to get Blackpink in my area, Manila, Philippines, yo. Represent. No, all kidding aside, that is pathetic. That is in a whole different level of, what's another term that I can use that's worse than pathetic? That's fucking nuts, you guys. Okay, so we've already basically told everyone that you're threatened, regardless of who you stand. You can put Mamamoo against any idol group right now when it comes to performances. Probably Mamamoo would still win. Even Queendom. You know how I was against Queendom because I feel like Mamamoo didn't need to do that. But because of the fact that when Queendom started, they're preparing for their concert, which is gonna make them super tired. I was against Queendom. I didn't actually watch Queendom. Ally did, nerd. But I didn't watch Queendom because I felt like they didn't need that. They didn't need to have that kind of variety show. They can just focus on the concert, rest when they need to rest, because that's fucked up. Their schedule's gonna be fucked up, I'm pretty sure. And I feel like when we had Mamamoo Philippines on air, they told us what their thoughts are with Queendom, and I didn't think of it that way. That it could be like a win-win situation for Mamamoo because, or not only for Mamamoo but for the fans, win-win for the fans and Mamamoo because we're getting more of Mamamoo, and at the same time they're getting international recognition for Queendom because Queendom blew up. When it comes to the international scene, because of course with the names attached to that, who was there? AOA was there. G Idol was there. Oh My Girl, Lovely, Spark Bomb, and then Mamamoo. I mean, they're very prominent groups and idols in South Korea. So in that sense, they had that kind of exposure in lack of proper terms. So win-win, cool. Okay, I got over that, but you can see you know why I'm also against Queendom is because I feel like they're gonna dominate that show. They won how many times, Ally, in Queendom?
No,
once. They
won the finals.
Yeah, they won the finals, but when it comes to their group stages, how many times did they win? Or
most of it, they always won
second, right?
And then Wasal came first for the
solo,
singer,
for the singer versus rapper thing. I feel like the writers of that show only put them on second because they know that they're gonna win first place on the final. Like, let's not make other groups look horrible. But when I watch their stages on Queendom, whenever I watch Mamamoo, I feel like they're doing a concert.
Right.
That's not only in Queendom, but on everything. I mean, they prepare so much when it comes to stages. It's nuts, and that's why I was against Queendom. Because what I'm trying to point out earlier, you can put Mamamoo against any idol that you want to put them against. I'm pretty sure that they're gonna dominate that I guess that match. Even my peers are saying that we need to take away Mamamoo
every
time we talk about something about like an achievement or maybe like a comparison. We take away Mamamoo because we know Mamamoo is gonna win it. That's how horrible this group is. You guys, you antis. I mean, Mamamoo is a horrible group. I mean, that's why we take them away from any comparison that we do because they're a horrible group. They're gonna decimate, the contender. We know that, and you guys are scared. I understand. And it's okay to not be fine.
Okay.
Right. Oh my God! Sorry about that. Sorry?
Have a fan cam. It's okay.
Right. It's horrible. I mean,
I don't feel good, Mr. Stark.
I don't feel good, Mr. Stark. Again, I mean, let's try and lift up our idols, our respective idols that we stand to do better. Let's try and tell them that they're actually good instead of dragging other people down and telling them that you guys suck, mine is awesome.
You guys are problematic. Like I'm just my mind is like blown away by the amount of stupidness I'm seeing in Twitter every day. To be honest, like there's a thread dedicated to the problematic past of Mamamoo, and Moomoos are not like ignoring the fact that it has happened. What we're trying to do is educate them, and these people that they're trying to drag down always had, if the issue is like rising up again, if that's the correct term, but like if it goes out of the surface again, they always apologize, like 4 times they have apologized for the concert issue, if I'm not mistaken. So what seems to be the problem? Is it, well, yeah, I guess they're just scared. I'm
I
so
would
sorry.
say, and I'll just add in one point here. With the whole BF phase or the any type of racial insensitivity that has happened with Mamamoo, I have noticed, and I might have screenshots somewhere on my phone, but I won't have to get them out. But there have been African American Moomoos who have been openly outspoken about this issue and saying, listen, I understand that Mamamoo has done this in the past, but I personally do not feel offended by that. But how do anti respond to this? They just say, oh, well, you can't speak for everybody just because you're one of them. And that is so hateful.
Right.
I mean, to degrade one person's opinion and saying, well, oh, listen, you might just be one of the black Moomoos, but you don't speak for all of them.
Right.
Yes.
Well, I would like to know who they are.
You're not.
I mean, if I want to meet these people who are actually offended by them and had to unstand, possibly. I mean, I want to talk to them because it's just. But see, they are nowhere to be seen. So it's like, listen. You are talking out of your ass. That's the one curse word I get. That's it.
What?
No!
Add more, say fuck, shit, bitch.
I'm sorry, I don't curse a lot. That's just my one word, and that's
okay, fair enough. Yeah, I was even talking to Abby before the show started.
Like you can cuss.
Yeah, you can cuss here, but fair warning, I cuss like a sailor. You gotta understand.
Yeah.
Like, I hope you don't mind. You're gonna hear a lot of shit when the show starts. But I mean, good point, Abby. I think that's probably the best point when it comes to this episode.
And if I may just point out, all their apologies that Mamamoo has posted has been written or at least given directly by Mamamoo. It's not through the company. I just want to point that out. And actually, Abby, I think I know what you're talking about. I'm not sure if this is it, but is it the YouTube video of like a Moomoo, like a Moomoo, a black Moomoo, talking about the problematic past?
It is. Yeah, you are correct. And there's also been some black Moomoos on Twitter who have talked about this. But you are correct.
Yeah, I haven't seen that. I'll probably check it out.
Watch it later.
Yeah. Okay, well, we'll actually talk about, speaking of the agency, we'll talk about a little bit of RBW later on. But yeah, we'll go to our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of Abby here. Abby's such a cool person, right? I feel like if ever that you're gonna guest on the pod again, it's gonna change your K-pop, how you view K-pop.
Oh my god! Well, you know what? I'm fully prepared.
Like Yuuki is a problematic
I'm a
DJ,
problematic host, yeah.
mainly because people hate him for speaking out what they don't want to
Yeah,
hear.
I have that kind of image here in the Philippines.
Reputation.
The reputation is nuts. It's like,
Just
okay,
speak your truth.
yeah.
Speak it.
I mean, I'm sorry. I'm sorry if I call out things like this. I mean, sorry.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yeah, I'm not. But I'm sorry they don't have the balls to call them out. They can talk about it under wraps, but they don't say it like this. But yeah, anyway, we'll go to our last commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of Abby and Ally and myself. Abby, Ally, Yuuki. Yeah, that's all E. In the end. So yeah, we'll have the 3 E's after this commercial break. So don't go away.
Hey everyone, Mo Twister here. Just as long as my guy Yuuki here is talking about Jenny Kim, then I'm all over this podcast. You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Let's kill this love.
What's up, simps? How many of you guys use Spotify as your main music or podcast player? On Spotify, you can listen to all your favorite songs or shows, this show included, and choose over a variety of artists and podcasters for your listening pleasure. So don't forget to download Spotify on your smartphones, and in the process, follow me on social media so that you'll know when the Kingdom Podcast will be on air. That's Yukmeister on Twitter and Instagram. See you there.
Hey podcasters. Podcasting in the Philippines is at an all-time high. You should check out a lot of podcasts around the market. That being said, for us to continue to put out content, I hope you can support us for as low as 99 cents via our Anchor account. Go to anchor.fm/kingdompodcast/support. We want to get as much episodes out there as possible, and a small amount would totally be helpful to keep the show going. It'd mean a lot to us to get your support, and hopefully, the Kingdom Podcast will be on your list as one of the best podcasts to listen to. Now let's get back to the podcast.
Hey podcasters, this is Mo Twister, and you're listening to the Kingdom Podcast with the voice DJ Yuuki.
Welcome back to the show. Thanks for sticking around. You're still with me, Yuuki and Ally, and all the way from the US of A, we have Abby here. You can follow her on Twitter. Am I recording? Yes, I am. Okay, you can follow her on Twitter. It's at WhatARadRadish. Again, it's WhatARadRadish. You can follow Ally on Twitter. It's at _Ally Mary Earl. That's _ALLY MARIEARL, and myself at Ukemeister on Twitter. You can also follow the podcast at Kingdom Podcast _. So yeah, we were talking off air shortly.
Because he interrupted.
Yeah,
us.
I interrupted because Ali asked a personal question.
For me.
And she asked Abby here. How many boyfriends have you had? No, I'm kidding. Oh, different podcast episode. Okay, so Ali was asking Abby here, what's your favorite Mamamoo song? And hey, wait, don't answer that question.
No, I wanna change the question.
Oh my goodness.
What?
I don't wanna ask her what's her favorite because there isn't supposed to be a favorite within
I have
the
one.
Mamamoo. Oh, you bitch.
No.
No, I wanna ask her what is the song she mostly plays. That one.
Okay, fair enough. You have a favorite. That's not probably
don't say
the.
favorite.
Well, probably there is. Like, there's a list, right?
Oh yeah. Okay.
There's a list. I do have on my Spotify my playlist is Mamamoo faves.
Hell yeah.
And the number one on that list is Age Gag.
Oh,
What?
You know
Really?
what? Yuki hates that song.
And then I don't hate it. I find it really cringy. Like,
Stop it. Listen, let me tell you why it's my favorite song.
Okay, well, all right.
Number one, the reason why I shouldn't say favorite. The one I think it's such a bop is because I think it is so funny, and two, it's kind of like it gives me crackhead energy. So if I want to just bounce around the house, I'm going to bounce around.
I agree.
Well, when you watch,
it's a bunch of dad jokes. It's
Yeah,
so
what-
funny. I
What
don't know
mature,
why.
what
Okay.
adult woman group would do that?
yeah, when you watch or listen to A's Gag, right? Do you at
Dance?
one point in time did you want to buy a Beagle onesie?
No, it's the radish one.
Oh, it's the radish one, right? But they had the Beagles one,
the
right?
radish one.
The dog.
I
Yeah.
have a one onesie, but it's not for Mamamoo. I probably should invest in a Mamamoo onesie.
Same.
What do you
Actually,
mean same? What do you mean
Do you
same?
know how much that radish onesie costs here in the Philippines? It's like 3,500
3,500?
around like what?
Sorry, 3,500, not 3,500. It's a Filipino thing.
Oh, sorry.
That we when it comes to like 1,000.
Just like bucks.
Yeah,
They
like,
have bucks. Right?
No. Like when it comes to like 1,000, we say like, hey, how much is that? It's one. So it's like 1,000. When we start using one as a point of currency, that's already 1,000 pesos here in the Philippines. So yeah, 3,500 is 3,500. That's around
less than $100.
Yeah, around 70
70.
bucks. Yeah, 70 bucks.
That's expensive here.
And that's
already.
expensive here, yeah, because we only earn like, friggin' $5 every day. No, I'm kidding. But anyway, low income, freaking a third world. Anywho's, so yeah, what's the most played song?
Besides Azigak.
So the most played, besides Age Gag, would also be either Hip, because I'm learning the dance right now.
Hell yeah.
Or Egotist. egotistic.
Oh, yeah, that's an interesting. Probably, if I were to have the most played Mamamoo song for me right now,
You're the best.
no, not even. That's my favorite song, but that's not my most played.
Oh,
Um,
probably easy.
no, I don't even play it on the pod. I haven't played Easy on the pod
Oh
yet.
yeah, you haven't.
Right?
Did you play it
I haven't played it
personally?
in 10 episodes. I haven't played Easy.
Like personally, you do.
Yeah, I play Easy in the house, but I haven't played it on the pod. The most played Mamamoo song I have would probably be Go Go Bebe.
Yeah, go Bebe. If not, another thing is Yes I Am. You always play that.
Right? Yes, I am. Right.
Oh, I love Yes I Am.
Yes. And the reason why I play Go Go Bebe a lot is because that's when I figure out who my real Mamamoo bias is,
Which is
which is Jimin. No, I'm kidding. Which is Wien.
same.
Yeah,
Oh,
we have the same
Wien,
bias. Yeah.
sure.
You're a Wasa bias, correct?
I am a Hasa biased,
Yeah,
yes.
See?
Best
can't help
friends.
Best friends. Yeah, back then I my bias used to be Moonbyul because I felt like Moonbyul encapsulates what a girl crush should be. It's nuts
It's
how
this.
right.
It's this.
I mean, she's so like on a different standard, on a different level. It's nuts. But then when I saw Wien in Gogo Bebe, I just felt like Wien was the type of member back then whenever she sings, I feel happy and I smile all the time when I see her. I don't smile as much when I see Solar compared to Wien. But of course, like they're both vocally awesome, right?
Right.
But then I have a knack for standing vocals in groups. That's why, case in point, my bias in SNSD would be Tiffany, which is who's one of the vocals. In Sistar, it's Hyorin, and
But in
etc.
ITZY,
etc.
why?
ITZY, yeah, I stand Yujin. I don't know why, but she's just super cute and awesome. But yeah, in Mamamoo, I love Moonbyul. I love them all, but back then I used to love Moonbyul so much. Had her as my wallpaper and shit, and all that pathetic fan stuff that I do. Like, oh my god, oh my god, Moonbyul, blah 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 blah. But then Gogo Bebe happened. I saw Wien just freaking
Gorgeous.
oh my god, it's
No, I mean,
nuts.
like, yeah.
She's so gorgeous in that video. And I figured out that, oh my god, she's actually
Okay.
my bias,
I have a new question.
What?
Because I want to know Abby. Because,
Sure.
as a, how would you say, outspoken person, which I really love, by the way.
Hell
Thank
yeah.
you so much.
Thank you.
I would just assume that you have watched every music video for every era or album, right?
Yeah.
Can you tell me, for each member, which era do you think was the best for them?
That's a good question. So for each member, so you gotta name 4 songs which you think
Or
on the music
albums.
video or album which you think suited them best.
I'll start. Can I start while you think?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Go.
For me, let me start with the eldest, Solar. Her best one yet, I think, would be what's this?
Egotistic.
No, actually, Starry Night.
What?
If not Starry Night, the Blues album.
See,
Her
the-
blonde and black hair.
See, this is where we
Yeah.
banter, Ali and myself. Like we're gonna talk about this off air and just gonna like bam,
No. And then
Oh
for
boy.
Moonbyul, I think her best one yet is Decal. If not, you're
Yeah.
the best.
Look, best Moonbyul of all time, probably Selfish.
I mean, yeah, but if we're gonna talk about it as a whole group, like from the Mamamoo albums,
Okay.
not solo.
Okay, then we in.
We in would be
Go Baby.
no, actually no.
What?
She has one of the best stages.
Your
like
argument
stage,
is flawed. No, I'm kidding.
stage costume she has, but visually, like as I like, how do you pronounce it? Like aesthetically, am I correct?
Oh, aesthetically, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm not that fluent, but yeah, aesthetically, I think the most pleasing to my eye was the blue hair.
Oh, hip.
Oh,
Okay.
I love her blue hair.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then I
Wasa.
loved her blue hair. It's just that it felt weird that she had to dye her eyebrows as well. Anywho's.
She did not.
Unpopular. Yeah, she did. Unpopular opinion.
She did not.
She did, right?
She did not dye it. It's just like eyebrow pencil color.
Yeah, the pencil color. Yeah, I
it's just
mean,
an eyebrow pencil.
yeah, I found
it's
it weird.
different from dyed
Yeah.
Yuki.
I mean, I'm a guy. I mean, makeup is makeup. You know, I don't know what that means. Anyway,
Lipstick is lipstick.
yeah, lipstick is lipstick. Yeah.
Wasa's just gorgeous. Like she touches you every time.
Like I can't pick one. You
Like,
know, she's just gorgeous every
she has
era.
that charm. Like you can't deny to look. Like you can't even try and not look at her. But
No.
I think the best one yet is You're the Best. Orange hair was the
What?
best.
Really? I
Yeah.
feel like we're so different. Mine would be for Wasa and Solar egotistic. Oh no. For Solar it's egotistic. For Wasa probably Decalcomani.
Blue hair? That was blue hair, like teal.
Decalcomani?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. That was the one.
Like
Um,
shoulder length teal hair.
For Moonbyul, probably You're the Best, since that's the time when I stand them, and then I figured out that Moonbyul is my bias. So I feel like You're the Best is still her best look, MV wise or era wise. For Wien, I have Gogo Bebe. So yeah, I'll keep
B.
it short. Abby,
B.
let's go.
Oh no. Okay, let's try. I'm gonna try to win through these really quick because I agree with a lot of what you guys were saying.
Sure.
But because I have a little bit different opinion. But
Oh.
for Asa, definitely I liked their older R&B type of styles because it really like she can do a lot of styles, but she
Right.
really shines when they have an R&B type of style. So I would say as far as vocals go, Piano Man, Mr. Ambiguous,
Right.
the older
The old things. Yeah. Okay.
For Solar, I do agree vocal wise that she's got a real richness and she knows how to sound pop,
Powerful.
but at the same time, there's a lot of power
Right.
behind it. She really shines during Egotistic, as well as it's another song. Help me out.
Fuck.
What color is the hair?
Decalcomani? Maybe?
Oh yeah,
Blonde.
blonde.
Blonde?
Starry Night.
Starry
She
Night.
was
Yes,
really-
Starry Night. She was really gorgeous in Starry Night.
Yeah, Starry Night was really gorgeous.
Mm-hmm.
She was super fun during Hip. I thought her vocals were really nice. It's hard to like off the whip because I'm trying to think about it, but since I'm not a Wien bias, I don't really focus on her vocals as much.
Fair.
But
Mhm.
Moonbyul, her rap parts in again age gag. I love her rap parts, and they're also another super fun is the 1 centimeter taller.
Yeah,
Oh.
right. That was a cool song. I used to
and
dislike
I
that
do
song.
have- this is probably an unpopular opinion, but outfit wise, Asa with her long boots and Go-Go Bebe, those
Oh, the thigh boots. Is
yes.
that the?
Yeah.
I think it was like the orange.
You know how she wears her like she just ponytails her hair. It's like super long hair in Gogo Bebe and it works.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna go to any stylist, I'm gonna do my own makeup and
Right.
I don't need to wake
And
up
believe
like
it or
4
not,
hours.
I believe that it was, and back again when the R&B style. Now I don't know if this is true,
Right.
but and they did. I think it was Piano Man, and Asa had the one of those like overly large big hats on.
Right,
again.
it's Piano Man.
No,
But
it
the
wasn't
thing-
Piano Man.
Oh yeah, it's Mr. Ambiguous. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay, because I forget sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
People believe that Blackpink made the big hat popular, or they did it first or something. And again, roll my eyes at it because that's not true. But they probably made it popular, but they didn't do it first. There's probably people who did it first even before Mamamoo. But the big hat was definitely a look. And then I really like the jail outfits in Centimeter.
Yeah.
Let me think.
You guys, the big hat is the big hat is a thing of the 90s, you guys. So neither Mamamoo nor Blackpink started it. I mean, it's been a regular, not a regular thing, but it comes and goes. You know, it was a trend back then. Yeah, being born in the 90s, I could vouch for that. Anywho's, okay, that was a fun short, not really short, but that was a fun thing to talk about. Since, you know, I wanted to talk about Mamamoo in a happy way, but since, you know, the topic is about the hashtag, I wanna have as our last segment, I want to ask you guys, Ali and especially Abby here, because I was trying to talk to our group chat, right? I mean, earlier. By the way, before we get to the last topic, I want to give a shout out to, you know, our good friends on the group chat. I say, so you can follow them on Twitter. They're super cool. The originator of the hashtag, at MMM4+. And another good friend, what was her Twitter handle? 1 second. At Dylan_Moo. That's DILENN_MOO. So yeah, I'm not gonna say their names. You know, you can just follow them on Twitter. They're basically the people that helped us here on the episode when it comes to what we're gonna talk about. I want to just give a you know, a short shout out to them. They've been super helpful, and you know, I'm glad that we got to know more friends, you know, in the community of Mamamoo, and they're just super helpful. I want to thank them from the bottom of my heart. You know, the podcast is basically my baby, and for you to take some of your time to help me concoct this episode, you guys are freaking awesome. I love you. So follow them on Twitter, you guys. They're super awesome people, and they're Moomoos as well. Not the damaging kind. Okay, so final topic for the night is, and I asked this to Abby earlier today. We defend Mamamoo on, like, in a certain way, right? And I feel like sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Do we need to change as fans how we defend Mamamoo? I asked this to Abby earlier today, and then I told her, like, don't answer. I don't want to hear your answer. I want to hear it, like, as authentic. I want to react to it as authentic as possible. Before we get to Abby, though, let's go to Ally. You know, Moomoos have been very quiet, you know, reserved when it comes to defending Mamamoo. You know, not being war freaks and stuff, keyboard warriors and shit. Yeah, like, do you feel like we need to change that moving forward? Because I don't feel it's working.
I mean, what works. What doesn't work doesn't work.
Yeah.
I mean, it changes. It would definitely change, I would say. But, you know, at times like this, like at present, I think it's better for us to speak now rather than have it, you know, blow up even more than what it is. Like,
yeah.
I think the main point here is that we try as much as Moomoos, as a fandom, as much as possible to veer away from being called problematic or one of the most toxic fandoms, because we wouldn't want that. We wouldn't want to stain our stand group's name, you know. So I think for now, yes, it's better to defend them because everyone is just plain stupid, and you know,
just defend them, like, you know, report the peeps.
Yeah, report
right,
them
like that.
If you're getting, like, if you're being tired from it, stay away for the meantime. Take care of your mentality
Yeah,
first.
I feel like sometimes that works. You know, social media, like, hiatus.
And the thing is, you can't make stupid people who doesn't want to accept facts smart.
Right. Okay. Yeah. But let's get to Abby's point first before I get to mine. How say you, Abby?
Okay. So when you asked me the question, it was, well, in the group chat. It
Right.
honestly did get me to think about it. And I totally agree with what Ally is saying. In the
Yep.
sense, like, just try to educate people that do not know what they're talking about. But also, when defending Mamamoo, Moomoos need to know that there are still problematic people in our community. That isn't to say that, oh, it's like they're everywhere. No, it's pretty much a rare occurrence, which is why I said before in the podcast, 95% of us are good. The other 5% you need to look out for, and you need to call them out when they're either attacking other groups for no reason, or they're trying to start a Twitter war or any type of social media war that you don't want the Mamamoo name attached to. And it is hard to want to call out your own fandom, but sometimes you have to. That's why hashtag Respect Mamamoo became a thing. Not only to defend the group, but also calling out some things that the fandom has done in the past. And that's probably the best thing that we can do now. Sometimes Moomoos are tired of defending. It's exhausting. I know because I've been there. But it's something that when you become a stan, it's kind of what you sign up for. But it's just, yeah, that's basically my 2 cents on it.
I agree and disagree with you both. And this is what I love about the pod, is that we can totally banter and not really damage each other. I respect the fact that you guys want to be, basically neutral when it comes to the wars and stuff. But sometimes I feel like it's not working. Sometimes I feel like reporting someone, yeah, it takes its toll when it comes to the person attacking Mamamoo, because you know how social media is now. Social media is everything, especially for the young ones. I mean, for the young peeps out there, the young fans, if ever something happens to your social media account, it's like, oh my god, oh no, my
Right,
followers, right? I mean, that's nuts. And I totally understand where you guys are coming from, but I feel like calling them out is not really working out anymore. I feel like sometimes we need to not be damaging. We don't need to do that. We don't need to. This is why I seldom compare groups to other groups. I normally compare them to each other. You know how I compare? Now, I don't compare Wasa to Wii-In, not something like that. I compare, for example, like their songs. I compare. That's why I didn't like Maria that much, because I felt like I liked Twit better. Is it damaging to the idol? I don't think so, because I didn't attack them. I didn't attack the idol by saying that their song sucked. I just basically said that I feel like they can do better, and I don't feel like Maria sucked. I don't hate it in any sort of way. I just felt like Twit was so much better, and that's me. That's my 2 cents on it. But I feel like just calling them out or reporting them, not really. We don't really call people out. That's the thing. I feel like Moomoos just try and do the screenshot thing, report this, report that, make it just inside the fandom. We don't need to make it blow up or anything. But starting the hashtag is kind of making it blow up. We're already in the international eye. We're already under the microscope when it comes to the K-pop community, especially now because of the hashtag. Because it went like to a lot of places. And it's nuts how it blew up. But I feel that we should call other people out now. I feel like there needs to be some sort of exchange. I want to tell all the antis out there that before you start hating on Mamamoo, how about you look at your own idol group first, and then once they start singing live properly, that's the time where you can talk to me.
Mm-hmm.
Does that?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. That's just what I felt about it, because I felt like Mamamoo is like super cool when it comes to performances, and they really do sing live. Even if their voice is cracking, they wouldn't care less, because everyone would know that they're actually singing live. And I appreciate that as an idol group, because nowadays I don't see anyone singing live.
No.
I don't see anyone. Name me a group right now that sings live better than Mamamoo does. That's the time where you can go back to me and tell me that you hate Wasa and that Mamamoo is racist or anything like that. You know?
Right.
That's the time where you can go back to me. Once your idol group can do a better live performance than Mamamoo, come on. Then that's the time where you can, attack them. By all means. Please.
Right. I encourage antis to try and prove me wrong.
Exactly, right? I mean, we really need to call them out. I respect both of your opinions. I feel like you guys are part of the 95%. In some sort of weird way, I feel like I'm part of that 95%. I'm probably part of the 1% which wants to call them out, like call other people out. That's why I want to call. When we started the group DM on Twitter, I wanted them to give me names. I wanted to call people out. I wanted them to tweet me on Twitter and start a war with me. That's what I wanted. That's how I made a name for myself anyway. Not being an anti, but just proving their points wrong. It makes me happy. And if ever that you're the kind of person that makes that something like that makes you happy as well, I encourage you to call me out on Twitter at Yukemeister on Twitter. Just call me out when you listen to this podcast. Sure. Bash me all the hell you want. I would love to, exchange with you. Because I can guarantee you that I'm going to rip you to shreds. I'm not being, I don't want to sound cocky or confident, but that's basically what's happening anyway, so.
Yeah.
But, truth be told, I know I'm standing the right group. I know I'm standing the most talented group. I feel sad for you guys. Not because you stand less talented groups, but I feel sad that you had to go. Yeah, you had to go through, this low. You had to stoop this low to feel like, or to make yourself, to make yourself feel good about the idol group you're standing. I'm saddened by that. Do I feel horrible that that I see you doing this? Absolutely. That's why I want to call you out. I want to call you out. I want to have an exchange with you and prove to you that what you're saying is not only wrong but irrelevant to the cause.
And what's Yuki's motto?
What was my motto? I have a lot of motto.
Your?
Non is mondo. No, what? Your. Oh, yeah. I'm right. You're wrong. You're. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's my motto. No, I'm kidding. But I put that out as a joke here. It's like you're. What do I say? Fuck.
You're wrong. I'm right.
You're wrong. I'm right. Your idea is irrelevant.
Then fuck off.
And fuck off. Yeah. But that's the time. I would want us to change. That's me. That's my opinion on this. I want Moomoos to call them out because we don't. I want Moomoos not to have a damaging conversation like what I'm gonna have after I post this podcast episode. I don't want you guys to go through that, but just call them out. Just say that you guys stop. Because we seldom do that. Don't you agree, Abby? Like we really stay in the middle when it comes to things like this. We report them, but we stay silent. We just report them.
Okay. I would say I do not stay silent for the most part.
Fair.
If I were to say, I stay silent 75% of the time.
Okay.
Then there's the other percent of me that says this person has it coming, and I'm going to give it to him.
Awesome.
And I quote tweet them. And I say, "Hi sis, is this you?" And I literally have screenshots of them being racist. And I'm just like, girly, sit down. I say girly all the time. But
No
Like,
way.
Yuki,
like-
I checked her Twitter. Like, yeah, that's why I called her feisty the first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I seldom stalk Twitters. I usually stalk Twitters mainly if there's hate.
Like
I try and stalk Twitter people that post hate.
She
you know?
had called out a Moomoo who was trying to defend that
No
it's just
shit.
some of the blinks, and then suddenly I think she changed her her course and told her Abby that it's the Moomoos who has a problem, things like that. Like I
What?
saw like a thread.
Wait, I gotta see that. You gotta link me that, Abby,
Wait.
after the show. Or yeah,
Okay.
Ali would probably.
I'm getting
I'm
called out
sorry.
right now.
I'm sorry, Abby. Like,
Oh no, you're fine.
girl, you're a warrior. Like,
Yeah, I mean, we need more of Abby in the fandom. Someone that can stay silent if need be, but will rip you to shreds if ever that it's it's relevant. Okay, well, with that being said, I mean, all kidding aside, we should basically I would like to sum it up is that you need to know your place and just support your idols. That's it. That's what we've been doing as Moomoos. We know our place. We just support our idols, stream what needs to be streamed, buy what needs to be bought.
but don't fuck with
Yeah,
us.
but don't fuck with us. I mean, not because we can't take it, but because you're not gonna like if we fire back.
Mhm.
I feel like their argument always will lose when it comes to comparing talent, because that's, guys, K-pop is all about talent. K-pop is entertainment. You can't entertain without talent. And we're standing the best one there is.
Mwahaha.
I'm sorry.
Exactly.
No, not really. I'm not sorry. Fuck you. I'm not sorry. I have good taste. That's all I want to say. And yeah, I still feel sad and furious. That's why I wanted to make this podcast episode. So I mean, that's it for me. That's how I want to sum it up. Like, just know your place and support your idols. That's it. And how about you, Abby? How would you like to sum things up? Like, what's your message to all the Moomoos out there?
Well, my message is to, be kind to one another, be nice, follow each other, always spread the love. If you see some hate, please acknowledge it. Please tell Moomoos that there's hate going on and report it. Try to educate them, and if they don't listen, then walk away.
If they don't listen, rip them to shreds. No, I'm kidding.
Oh,
Oh my God, you're so like peaceful, Abby. Fucking. How about you, Ali? What's your final take on the topic?
Stan Mamamoo. Stan Queens.
Yes.
Stan Talent.
Even if you stand like other groups, start standing Mamamoo.
Yeah.
There's a reason why we're here.
Side job.
Yeah.
Side chick. Side hoe.
Yeah, whatever you want to call that, right?
But
I mean,
make sure to make it your main. Charot. Joke. I'm just joking.
No, but-
yeah. Be respectful, please, guys. Like, chill out.
yeah.
Listen to your group's
Exactly.
music. Watch their old videos. Watch their new videos. Watch other people's videos. Go on TikTok. Dance to their songs. Whatever the hell you want to do.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
please don't throw on hate on someone you don't know. Don't throw on hate based on false reports or false rumors or whatnot. Just
don't hate.
don't.
You know?
right.
Don't hate. Don't build the wall. No, I'm kidding. Sorry.
Keep streaming Maria.
Keep streaming Maria. Yes, that's correct. I stream Maria.
Yeah, and watch the other group songs.
Yes, keep streaming everyone's songs in Mamamoo.
Yep.
And Mamamoo.
And before we go, I just want to point out, LMM is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece. Oh my god, it's nuts.
Yuki's gonna cry.
It's nuts.
I watched the video. Didn't know what she was talking about, but oh my god, musically, oh my god,
And
it's
the
so
music
good.
video itself, like
Because like that's how I started liking K-pop. I didn't really care what they were saying. I just love the sound. It's
love how they.
I love how it sounds. I love it in my ears. You know, it's pleasing to hear. And LMM, like I haven't seen the translation of the song. I have to. They're saying that the translation of the song makes them cry.
It's about the
Abby
hate she's
included.
getting.
Is it?
Yeah.
It is. That's
shit.
why
Okay.
Yuki, remember the video? There's a lot of arrows there, but she
Yeah. She dodged it. You're right.
she isn't hit.
Oh yeah, she was hit
She
once.
wasn't dodging it.
Yeah.
And that arrow that hit her was the arrow that she like shot, if I'm correct.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Actually, in my Twitter, I was doing like live reactions to it, and I kind of was interpreting the music video. And, you know, all of the arrows are people sending hate. And I think I can't even remember what I said, but, you know, encouraging the listeners to go and see it. But one arrow that she shot was the same arrow that hit her. And I think it kind of resembles the one time she decides to defend herself, but then instantly is shot right back with her own words, essentially.
Oh, it's giving me goosebumps. Like, dude, look. I mean, it's giving me goosebumps.
Yeah.
I'm reading the translation.
Don't make me look. My eyes are
Oh
bad.
no.
Do you need like
Wow.
you think that dog movies can make you cry? That music
Oh.
video makes me cry.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah, well, dog movies make me. They don't make me cry. They make me bawl. I love dogs. Anywho's. I mean,
Speaking of dog, where's our dog?
yeah, where's our dog? He's around here somewhere. Anyway, so that's the show. I want to thank everyone who's stuck around, you know, listening to the show. Again, this is recorded, so you can listen to it at your own pacing. And I want to thank again Abby for being such a trooper. Abby, you're so heaven sent. Come back to the podcast, please. Let's talk about, you know, K-pop, not just Mamamoo. You know, you need to guest again, like soon.
Yeah, anytime you need me on here to bring some peace.
Hell. Ugh. Bleh, 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 peace. I'm kidding. But yeah, I want to thank Abby for being such a trooper. You can follow her on Twitter. It's at whataradradish. Again, it's WHATARADRADISH. She's one of the probably one of the best Moomoos out there. That's you know,
Oh, thank you.
freaking awesome on Twitter. You should follow her. She calls out a lot of people. She calls out more people than I do. And I'm the bad one.
Oh, barely.
But anyway, I want to thank the love of my life, Ally, for helping me out with this podcast. for helping me with the podcast episode. You guys have been awesome. Thank you very much. That's the show. Again, this will be available on Spotify as the other shows, you know, for you guys. So, you know, follow us on Spotify, follow us on Anchor, and go to anchor.fm/Kingdom Podcast /support. You can support us there by donating as low as 99 cents. And yeah, just follow us on Twitter at Kingdom Podcast _. And for our live shows, you can go to twitch.tv/The Kingdom Podcast. We'll be live every either Saturday on Sunday or Sunday. We actually have a live episode today because we're recording this on a Sunday. So we have a live episode later on tonight. So yeah, that's basically the show. I hope you guys have been informed of the, you know, the hashtag, and just be cool about it. Know your role. Support your idols. That's it. Spread love, peace, and war. No, I'm kidding.
We are the one. We are the champion.
No. What? That's not a song.
You don't know that?
No.
Songs combined.
You don't know
What?
that? They in the
We are the world.
KCON. In KCON, they sang. Mamamoo sang that.
We are the one. We are the champions.
Yeah. Let's watch the video later.
No way.
That's
Shit,
it.
really? I'll link it to Abby if she hasn't watched it. So again, that's the show. Thanks a lot for everyone who tuned in, and yeah, we'll see you again next time here on the Kingdom Podcast. Bye.
The Kingdom Podcast is executively produced by the voice DJ Yuki and is co-engineered by senior producer Jason McGuire. Thanks to outreach managers Alison Peñafiel and Julia Manipa. Special thanks to Mr. Javier Pang. You can follow us on Twitter at Kingdom Podcast _ and Yuki at Yukemeister. Don't forget to check us out on Spotify and Anchor.fm for our off-air episodes, and on Twitch.tv/The Kingdom Podcast for our live episodes. See you next time!